You see, I think I sent you that thing with Jazz. Jazz went in when they was going at it, Bo and Jay. But you look at the Jazz now, it's like he's on eggshells now. Like something happened. Like this stop your career or whatever you doing. This is what I try to tell dudes, yo, whatever God got for you, I don't give a damn billionaire, whoever, this, that, and the third. You can't stop it.
Breaking news from Hollywood's underbelly insiders are spilling that 50 Cent Music is gearing up for a Bombshell documentary that's set to torch Jay Z and Beyoncé, exposing their picture-perfect marriage as nothing but a calculated facade for dominating the music empire. Just like his takedown of Diddy, we've learned that fresh off the explosive success of Sean Combs' The Reckoning, the Netflix docu-series that pulled in 21.8 million views in its first week, 50 Cent is now turning his sights on Diddy's closest allies and most powerful rivals, and at the top of that list, the music Carter's sources close to the project claim this new documentary will reveal that Jay Z and Beyoncé aren't just the golden couple of entertainment. They're the ultimate gatekeepers of the industry, using their union as a front to control career silence competition and maintain an iron grip on who succeeds and who gets left behind.
Interestingly, we haven't seen the indictments yet. There's been some time lag. I suppose it will take some time to go through all the forensic, evidence.
The timing couldn't be more explosive just months ago. 50 Cent's Sean Combs' The Reckoning sent shockwaves through the industry, using never-before-seen footage including moments Combs himself filmed in the days before his September 2024 arrest to paint a damning portrait of the mogul's alleged abuses of power. Now insiders say 50 Cent is applying the same playbook to Jay Z and Beyoncé, but with an even bigger target in mind: music. We're talking about a couple whose combined influence stretches from music to fashion, sports, and even politics. A couple have spent decades crafting an image of love, empowerment, and black excellence. But behind closed doors, allegedly, it's a different story. Sources familiar with the project suggested the documentary will argue that their marriage is a strategic alliance, one that's allowed them to operate as untouchable figures in an industry where loyalty is currency and dissent is career sabotage.
I think that they don't want, if they was in any of those freak-off tapes, if they played a part in any of those Diddy sessions, they don't want it to get out to the general public to make a...
Picture this: the Carters, icons of love and success, reportedly hiding a sham union. That's all about gatekeeping who gets in, who gets crushed. Music in an industry where power is everything, and 50 Cent claims has got the receipts to prove it. The parallels to Diddy's downfall are impossible to ignore. Just as The Reckoning exposed Combs' alleged reign of terror at Bad Boy Entertainment, where former associates described a culture of intimidation, financial exploitation, and personal destruction, this new project is said to frame Jay's rise at Roc Nation as a mirror image. Both men, the narrative goes, built empires by controlling the narratives around them, by surrounding themselves with artists who owed them everything, and by ensuring that anyone who crossed them paid the price, the difference. While Diddy's legal troubles have landed him in prison, Jay's has managed to stay above the fray until now. And then there's Beyoncé, the queen of reinvention, whose anthems of female empowerment and self-ownership have made her a global icon. But insiders whisper that the documentary will contrast her public persona with private allegations of industry manipulation, suggesting that her carefully curated image is another layer of the Carters' control. Music. We've heard claims that behind the scenes Beyoncé's team has been just as ruthless as Jay's in shaping careers, burying rivals, and ensuring that only approved voices rise to the top. The documentary, according to those briefed on its direction, will ask a chilling question: what if the power couple we've been taught to admire are actually the architects of a system designed to keep others in line?
Weirdo. I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me.
The stakes couldn't be higher. 50 Cent isn't just taking on two of the most powerful figures in entertainment, has challenging the very mythos of black excellence they've built, and has doing it at a moment when the industry is already reeling. Remember, this comes on the heels of Diddy's conviction on adult activity-related charges, a trial that saw former associates testify 2 years of alleged coercion, financial exploitation, and personal betrayal. Music. The documentary Sean Combs' The Reckoning didn't just recount those allegations, it showed them using Combs' own footage to reveal his state of mind in the days before his arrest. In one jaw-dropping moment, Combs is seen on camera complaining about needing hand sanitizer after greeting fans in Harlem muttering that he felt dirty from the contact. It was a glimpse into the mindset of a man who, according to prosecutors, saw the world as his to control and the people in it as beneath him. Now insiders say 50 Cent is digging for similar moments in the Carters' past. We've heard whispers that the documentary will revisit old controversies like the persistent rumors surrounding Aaliyah's tragic passing in 2001, a tragedy that some conspiracy theorists have long tied to Beyoncé's rise. Back then, Aaliyah was the undisputed princess of R&B, a rising star with a voice and style that defined an era. Her sudden demise in a plane crash shocked to the world, but it also left a void, one that Beyoncé, then still emerging with Destiny's Child, would soon fill. Over the years, wild theories have circulated online suggesting that Aaliyah's demise wasn't an accident, but a calculated move to clear the way for a new queen. Most of these claims are easily dismissed as baseless music, but what if the documentary presents new context? What if it ties those old whispers to a larger pattern of industry manipulation?
Sweetest person you can know, very intelligent. She knew what she was about and she knew what she wanted to do with her life.
And then there's the legal fallout. Just last month, a civil lawsuit resurfaced allegations that Jay Z and Diddy were involved in the assault of a minor at AVMA after party in 2000. The plaintiff, identified only as Jane Doe, claims she was taken to a private gathering where she was given a drink that left her disoriented before being assaulted by both men. Jayz team called the allegations a blackmail attempt, and the case is still unfolding. But the timing is impossible to ignore. With Diddy already behind bars and Jay's reputation under fresh scrutiny, 50 Cent's documentary could drop like a grenade in the middle of an already volatile situation. But here's where things get even more complicated. The Carters aren't just any power couple. They're a dynasty. Jay's Rock Nation has been accused in the past of using its influence to bury stories, control narratives, and even strong-arm artists into silence. Remember when R. Kelly's victims started coming forward? Music, some of the loudest voices calling for accountability, were suddenly met with pushback from unexpected corners. Or when artists like Ye have clashed with the Carters only to see their careers take sudden hits. Coincidence or something more sinister? The documentary, we're told, will connect these dots, painting a picture of an industry where crossing the Carters isn't just risky, it's career-ending.
I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
And let's not forget Beyoncé's own role in this. For years, she's been the face of female empowerment, a symbol of black excellence and a voice for justice. But what if the documentary suggests that her image is just another tool of control? Insiders claim the project will examine how Beyoncé's team has allegedly silenced critics, manipulated media narratives, and even used her fan base, known as the Beehive, as a weapon against dissent. Remember when Lemonade dropped and the world speculated about Jay's infidelity? The documentary might argue that even that moment of apparent vulnerability was a calculated move, a way to humanize the couple while keeping their real power plays out of the spotlight. The parallels to Diddy's downfall are striking. Just as Sean Combs' The Reckoning used Combs' own words and actions against him, like the moment he was caught on camera ordering his legal team to hire someone who music has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. This new project is said to have its own smoking guns. We've heard that 50 Cent's team has been digging into old interviews, leaked emails, and even private conversations that could paint the Carters in a damning new light. And if the past is any indication, 50 Cent isn't afraid to play hardball. Remember how he trolled Diddy for years before dropping the documentary? How he used social media to tease Bombshells, to rattle his rival, and to build anticipation? Expect the same playbook here, but with even higher stakes.
It's just competitive.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really rock with him.
Okay,
like that.
damn, all right. I didn't know what that meant.
Okay.
All right, okay.
Because this isn't just about Jay Z and Beyoncé. It's about the entire machine they've built. Rock Nation isn't just a record label. It's a power broker in sports, in politics, and fashion. The Carters don't just influence music, they shape culture. And if 50 Cent's documentary can convince the world that their marriage is a sham, that their empire is built on manipulation, then the fallout could be catastrophic. Artists' music might start speaking out, rivals might see an opening, and the carefully constructed image of the Carters as untouchable icons, it could shatter overnight music. But here's the question that's got everyone talking. Why now? Why is 50 Cent choosing this moment to go after the Carters? Some insiders say it's simple. He sees an opportunity. With Diddy already behind bars and the industry in a state of flux, the time is ripe to take down another giant. Others whispered that there's more to it, that 50 Cent has his own scores to settle music. Remember, he and Jayz have a history. They've collaborated, they've clashed, and they both played the game of industry power moves. Could this be 50 Cent's way of reminding the world who really runs the streets?
None other than Timbaland. Tim.
Hey, bro.
What's up, bro?
I'm blessed.
How you doing?
Blessed.
You know what, bro? When you come on the show and I have someone as distinguished as yourself, I got to toast your career and more things to come. Appreciate you.
And then there's the bigger picture of 50 Cent can take down Diddy and then the Carters. What does that say about the industry as a whole? We've seen this story before, moguls rising to the top only to be brought down by their own hubris, but the Carters have always seemed different. They've survived scandals, they've weathered storms, and they've come out stronger every time. If 50 Cent's documentary can change that narrative, it won't just be a bombshell, it'll be a revolution. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because if there's one thing we've learned from Sean Coles, the reckoning, it's that the truth is often stranger in music, darker than the rumors. The documentary didn't just expose Diddy's alleged misdeeds, it showed the system that enabled them, the lawyers who looked the other way, the associates who stayed silent, the industry that let it all happen. And if 50 Cent's new project does the same for the Carters, it won't just be about Jay Z and Beyoncé, it'll be about all of us, about how we let the myth of power blind us to the reality beneath. We've seen the playbook before. The tease as the music leaks, the slow build to a devastating reveal. And if history is any indication, 50 Cent isn't just going to drop this documentary, has going to make sure the world can't look away. So buckle up, because if the Carters are really the gatekeepers he claims they are, then the doors are about to blow wide open. And when they do, the fallout might just rewrite the rules of the game forever. But there's one more layer to this that we can't ignore. Because if 50C is right, if the Carters really are the puppet masters of the industry, then this documentary isn't just an expose, it's a declaration of war. And in a battle like this, there are no rules, only survivors.
But after that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay Z and his nefarious past.